evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming out tonight. Before we begin, I must remind you to please keep your masks on throughout the ceremony. Thank you. Speakers will be allowed to remove their masks to speak. Please rise for the flag salute led by Senior Class Vice President Nia Everhard, and remain standing for the Star-Spangled Banner.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which we are one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Please remain standing for the Star-Spangled Banner. Please be seated. I would now like to present Samantha Taddy, Senior Class President, for the reading of the Invocation. Samantha.
We remember this day those who have gone before us here, who labor not for themselves alone, but with a vision of building for the future a world better than they had known. Inspire in us also a like vision, that we too may labor for things beyond ourselves, that our lives may be dedicated to high purposes and grand horizons. Make us unafraid of hopes and dreams, release us from cynicism and despair, teach us to be realistic about our limitations, but never to lose hope in our power to transcend them.
Thank you, Samantha. Thank you all for coming. It's our first event that we've had. So apologize for the situation that we have, but I'm so very glad that you could all be here to join us tonight for these wonderful graduates in front of us. Before we begin our program, I would like to recognize and offer thanks to a few people who made tonight possible. From the Weehawken Township Administration, Superintendent of Schools Eric Crespo, Matthew Whitford, Business Administrator, Francesca Amato, Assistant Superintendent, Al Arecchio, Assistant Superintendent, Nicholas DeStefano, Assistant Principal, Weehawken High School, Suzanne Mera, Principal, Theodore Roosevelt School, Anna Radowski, Principal, Daniel Webster School, Brian Callaghy, Supervisor of Technology, Kathy Lieblich, Supervisor of Special Education, Isabel McGinley, Supervisor of Elementary Education, Terry Milo, Supervisor of Secondary Education, and Jenna Wendelowski, Supervisor of Counseling Services. from the Weehawken Township, and before I read their names, I would like to also thank them for the tremendous efforts during this pandemic. They secured testing sites quickly and ensured that the basic needs of every single resident was met during this unprecedented situation. They were also vital in helping us set up this wonderful outdoor graduation, the first time we have had an outdoor commencement program. Dave Curtis, Councilman at Large. Raul Gonzalez, 3rd Ward Councilman. Rosemary Lavanino, 2nd Ward Councilwoman and Deputy Mayor. Carmela Silvestri Errett, 1st Ward Councilwoman, and Giovanni Daniel Ahmad, Township Manager, and of course, our Mayor, Richard F. Turner. A tremendous thanks goes to the Board of Education for their time, commitment, and support of our district. Giovanni Ahmad, Jennifer Golkar, Meg Carson, Susan Morales Jennings, Julian Brian Mera, Richard Pinal, Francis J. Pizzuta, and Noel Berto Sanchez. Tonight's graduation would not have been possible without the help of the Weehawken Department of Public Works, especially Bobby Barca, Ray Feliciano, James McCall, and their staff. Thank you for artistically designing the layout for this wonderful event and for assisting with the setup and breakdown and for paying attention to every single detail. You deserve credit for this work of art. Thank you also to the Weehawken Police Department for their assistance tonight. We are grateful for your service to the community. I would next like to extend my congratulations to retirees Linda Chattel, Marie Havlitz, Anna Radowski, Jill Barbarese, Lorraine Irizarry, who have combined for over 100 years of educational experience for the children of Weehawken. Good luck as you begin the next chapters in your lives. I would also like to recognize this year's Educator of the Year, Autumn Petronzio, and Support Staff Member of the Year, Carmen Salazar. Thank you for all you do for our students, and congratulations. A special thanks to our school counselors, Ms. Melissa Vieira and Priscilla Ventura, for helping our seniors reach tonight's milestone. I would also like to thank the high school administrative team, Mr. DeStefano, Ms. Milos, and Ms. Wendelowski, for all they do to make me look like I know what I'm doing. Thank you, guys. You couldn't ask for more support from the administrative team. I would like to thank all of my teachers, many of them who are here tonight helping out, and our support staff for all of their incredible efforts during the school year and as well as virtual learning. I am truly blessed to work with such amazing people. They have done an outstanding job. The Weehawken High School teachers and staff, thank you. Last but not least, I would like to thank all of the parents and family here, who without your support, none of this would be possible. Thank you very much, parents and family members. This has been, without question, the most difficult year at Weehawken High School in recent memory. We have had a pandemic and quarantine costing us almost half of the school year. Many of us have lost people dear to us. Yet here we sit together, united, undeterred. So instead of dwelling on what was bad, let us instead focus today on what is good. Let us today understand that we are here together as a family, and we are unbroken. I would like to make some announcements and acknowledgments some of the fantastic things that occurred prior to our closure. Michael Scardino was named the Hudson County Unsung Hero Award in March by the Hudson County Board of Education. Gabrielle Sosa won the Hudson County Teen Arts Festival, first Weehawken student to do so in quite some time. The Weehawken High School Marching Band moved up in classification and still won their 3rd straight New Jersey State Championship. Girls cross country won their first ever NJIC championship, while the boys cross country team placed 2nd, their best finish ever. Girls basketball won the Meadowlands Division for the 4th consecutive year for a school record in a girls program. Congratulations. Girls swimming won 4 meets, which is a school record. Sophie Axtons is now the holder of every girls swimming record and medaled in county championships. We have 5 students who will be continuing their athletic careers in college. James Colon, baseball. Moses Morales, football. Norca Salazar for track. Ariana Quiroga for soccer. And Shane Epstein Petrillo for lacrosse. I would like to also acknowledge Aiden Cabrera, who became an Eagle Scout. Also to Theater Arts, who packed the night for their performance of for the Outsiders. Congratulations. Mock Trial beat the Hudson School of Hoboken and Illum Academy of North Bergen to advance to the quarterfinals for the first time in many years. We were rated the top 100 high schools in New Jersey for the 6th consecutive year by U.S. News and World Report. This is such an amazing class. Academically, if you had a 3.0 GPA, which is basically A's and B's, you were ranked 63rd out of 94. If you had a 4.0 GPA, which is basically straight A's, you were ranked 22nd. Shows you how incredibly hard this class worked. Congratulations, that is an outstanding class. This is such an amazing class of students with or without the pandemic for Weehawken High School, so congratulations. I would now like to present our salutatorian, Celeste Carrasco.
Good evening, Superintendent Mr. Crespo, Mr. Canada, and members of the Board of Education, Mayor Turner, and members of the Town Council, Mr. Ferrulo, administrators, faculty, parents, families, friends, and of course, the class of 2020. Let me begin by saying that it fills my heart with joy to see everyone reunited once again. I am taken back to my first time walking through the doors of Weehawken High School as I began 8th grade. Despite my shyness and noticeable accent, given the fact that was my first year in the US, everyone made me feel welcome and accepted. Not only that, but I was able to meet everyone in my grade very quickly because of the small size of our school. We really built a community despite having different friend groups. We were attentive to each other's problems and things happening in each other's lives. Now, I invite you to take a minute to observe your surroundings and the familiar faces around you. Consume the moment and store it as a memory. You can see all the people you spent the past 4 years learning about. Please store this moment, because it might be the last time we're all together as a class. Take a look at your classmates for perhaps the last time, because this path we have been traveling together now splits into 96 unique directions. Friends, we're at the brink of a new beginning despite the world's circumstances. Personally, I've been reflecting about these past 4 years, and for me, leaving high school means leaving the small world or that bubble we're in, and being tossed into a world of infinite possibilities, even if it might not seem like it. It means being a step closer to adulthood, being in control of your future, and gaining agency over your life decisions. Before, everything was structured for you. When you were in 5th grade, you know you were going to 6th grade, and then 7th grade, and 8th grade, and so on. But now that high school is over, that structure or set path is no longer there. You can decide to go to trade school, go to college, get a job, start your own business, or do X, Y, and Z. This is why I personally think that high school is not the end goal, but a launching point that will project us to wherever we decide to go. Now, I invite you all once again to reflect on these past 4 years too, and ask yourselves, what does graduating from high school mean to me? Whatever those reasons are, know that there is also the side of life that gets harder moving forward. You are entering a world filled with serious issues such as systemic racism, bias, discrimination, and injustice. The good news, however, is that the solutions are found within ourselves. If you take anything from my speech, make it a commitment to learning and unlearning about social issues and behaviors that hinder others' livelihoods. Support national efforts such as the Black Lives Matter movement and support local efforts in your chosen community. Let's fight for justice for all people of color, particularly the Black community, which has dealt with centuries of injustice, because no justice,
No peace!
no justice.
No peace!
Every day, I keep track of the ongoing humanitarian emergency at the Mexico-US border. Thousands of asylum seekers from Central America, most of whom are children, are trapped between the persecution in their home countries and the humanizing treatment in this one. I raise such images to remind you all that issues such as these can improve with contributions from people like us, who are stepping into the real world and who will shape the future of this country. It is our duty to make this world a better place for everyone by educating everyone around us, especially the younger generations, so we can get closer to living in a place where every person is treated as a human being, no matter their background, preferences, or physical appearance. As I said before, leaving high school not only gives us the opportunity to pursue personal goals, but also to become better human beings. Now, on a more cheerful note, we have to keep in mind that we didn't make it here on our own, and we won't make it anywhere without the support of someone. This is why I would like to thank the school administration, starting with the counselors, Ms. Wondolowski and Ms. Ventura, for having to deal with me, coming to their office 100 times every day. Ms. Welsh and Ms. Kitsy for being there whenever I needed their help, and Mr. Fisher and Ms. Baruch, who are just some of the teachers who have known me since I moved to Weehawken and have seen me grow into the young woman I am today. I especially thank my parents and my little sister for being my biggest fans, and my older sister for being there every step of the way. Thank you all for believing in me since day one. Now I ask all of the graduates to think of someone you are grateful for, who made a difference to you. Maybe it is thanks to them that you are here. Whether it is a teacher, a family member, or a friend, I ask you to take a moment to show them your gratitude, because it is those small gestures that make a difference. Given the current world situation, I would like you all to remember, as Zora Neale Hurston said, that there are years that ask questions, and there are years that answer. COVID-19 might have taken away things we were supposed to experience during our last moments in high school. However, this year that no one saw coming provided us with a good opportunity to sit back and evaluate our past, our present, and our future. It may have supplied some answers to our lives, or raised life-changing questions. Do you have the courage to voice those questions? Do you have the wisdom to reflect on those answers? We have within each of us the power to change our society. one voice at a time, if it need be. In saying goodbye, we are also signaling a new beginning, and my hope is that everyone's journey will be the best it can be. We made it, guys. Congrats to the Weehawken class of 2020!
Great job, Celeste. Another round of applause for Celeste Carrasco on her way to Harvard. It is with great pleasure I now present our valedictorian for 2020, Shane Epstein Petrullo.
Hey everyone. Wasn't as nervous sitting over there. Yeah. Also, we were promised water when we came to sit out here. So if my voice goes, it's on for okay. Good evening, Superintendent Crespo, Mr. Kanata, and members of the Board of Education, Mayor Turner, and members of the Town Council. Mr. Ferrulo, administrators, faculty, parents, families, and friends. I'm more than happy to see all of your faces again because I really thought I might not get the chance. I would like to first give my condolences to the Barca family as well as the Ferrulo family for the tragic losses during these times. I'm going to be honest here. Before I sat down to write this speech, I looked up YouTube videos for about an hour with the text in the search bar saying, Valedictorian Speech 2020. As I assumed, all of them discussed the pandemic and the untimely circumstances that have affected our final months together as the class of 2020. Now, of course, I could stand up here before you and give you a speech about how we overcame the pandemic, but this is not about a virus. It's not about a lockdown. It's not about losing our final seasons as athletes. It's not about losing the last week of school, roaming the hallways on half days waiting for the final bell to ring. It's not about losing the chance to say goodbye, the chance to leave a mark. This is about us. This is about not the things we have lost, but the things we have learned in these trying times. Yes, the losses hurt, but we have to think about what we have gained. Wisdom, confidence, friendships, connections, family, and a sense of completion and satisfaction as we roar into the next chapter of our lives, whatever that chapter may be. So with that said, there will be no more talk about the lockdown and about this pandemic. This is about us and all the things we have unlocked throughout our 4-year journey that has had a hell of a finale. First of all, I'd like to thank my classmates, teammates, coaches, teachers, friends, family, and most importantly, my parents. You have all touched my life in some way or another, and even if you don't know exactly how, just know that you have contributed to everyone's life here. We're all a piece of the puzzle when it comes to navigating high school, and I wish I had gotten to know everybody on an extremely close level in my class, and I'm sorry if it ever seemed like I didn't. I wish we could all wear each other's shoes sometimes, and I think now more than ever, we can really understand that. I would like to thank my best friends who never stopped believing in me and supported the work ethic I had throughout high school. The sleepovers that I spent up doing homework or studying, but still enjoying the company of my friends. The car rides where I would check my emails and make sure I was on top of everything. My teachers molded me into the young man I am today, and this experience is truly subjective, and what you put into it, you will get out of it. My teachers saw this passion that I wanted to be the best that I could be and helped me to reach these goals. So from Miss Kitsy ever so affectionately calling me a twit and discussing the trials of life with me, to Mr. Fisher investigating the who made the something smells fishy in here meme, which was Seba, so good job for that. It has been a very versatile experience that I spent during my developmental stages as a person and a learner. I'd like to thank my guidance counselors for guiding me through life in the educational world, and specifically Miss Wendelowski for helping me sort through problems hours after school. Thank you for your sacrifice. I'd like to thank Mr. Ferrullo for acting as an ear to listen and a great life advisor when I felt the chips were down. My coaches pushed me outside of my comfort zone and challenged me as an athlete until we understand one another. If I can't find the answer, it will be up to you to do. This is especially true for us, the class of 2020. We must be the pioneers of change in the world we live in, no matter what domain or demographic we come from. And I'll just apologize now if the quotes in this speech are not from historical heroes, but this is not your conventional speech in a very unconventional year. So while I'm mentioning old men with white hair from anime, I'd also like to thank Uncle Iroh, who once said, "If you look for the light, you can often find it. But if you look for the dark, that is all you'll ever see." As we move forward in our academic, professional, and life journeys, we must understand that there's going to be punches, and they're going to knock us down. But we must continue to get up. There will be confusion, yes, even worse confusion than the confusion we experienced in high school, and there will be pain. But knowing pain is exactly why we are kind to others. And the mark of this graduation is more than just a diploma. So let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? It's the first day of 7th grade. We saw the cafeteria and everyone is saying, "Oh my gosh, this is the best. Theodore Roosevelt food is horrible compared to this." And that excitement dies down in about a month when you realize it's the same. So now it's 8th grade. And 8th grade is the year we had nothing to worry about because we were old enough to go to Gregory Park and Louisa Park after school, but still too young to worry about anything that would really influence our future to such a severe degree. Also, gym class in 8th grade was lit. This was also the year everyone asked for a hoverboard for Christmas. So now it's 9th grade. We entered high school. The work was harder. Some of us hit puberty, and some of us magically had more baby fat than ever expected when we wanted it to all go away. We started to meet people and make friendships that we thought would last forever and ever. By 10th grade, you probably still had some of the same friends, but faded with some, and you probably made a bunch of new friends during AP Computer Science principles, and there was no way Miss Eline was stopping you from talking to them. So now 11th grade comes around. You're stressed basically all the time. It's time to get a job, focus on sports and try and get recruited, get a 1600 on your SAT, take all the AP classes you can, get your driver's license, and still try to maintain a social life. 11th grade was full of tears, screaming curse words when no one was around, and running on coffee and Pop-Tarts to get through the day. Oh yeah, we also had those 2 lockdowns. And that brings us to this year, 12th grade. The big finale that we all imagined to be like High School Musical and the Wildcats. The pep rallies were fun, but no one in our grade is handsome enough or can sing as well as Zac Efron to be the Troy Bolton of the grade. But that's okay. Same friends you had freshman year are probably just people you passed by in the hall, but there's no bad blood. You hang out with the same couple of people because you know those people got your back always, or all your friends already left last year. By this year, we got used to saying, "Only in Weehawken." However, as the year started winding down, we began to see that we're not so alone after all. We all can't wait to leave 53 Liberty, but we all want to stay deep down. Change is good. Change is what allows us to grow. It's what pushes us outside of our comfort zone and forces us to broaden our horizons as individuals. Change is hard. It's scary, but it's necessary. And those of us who embrace change and are hungry for challenges will succeed. Do not shy away from change. Do not shy away from hardship. Dive into it with full confidence. My favorite animal is a shark. And we often think of sharks as scary, vicious creatures, but I think they're misunderstood. A shark never stops moving forward. If a shark stops swimming, it will die. If a shark swims backwards, it will die. Find the shark within you. We have swum relentlessly for the past 4 years, and through these messed up times that seem like the end of the world. But if any animal is going to survive the tsunami, my money's on the sharks. Now all that's left to say is congratulations to the graduating class of 2020. Thank you.
Sorry, give me a second. "2020. Okay, Shane, great speech. There's a bottle of water for you. Now I would like to call up Mayor Richard F. Turner.
You didn't wipe that off for me. So, here we are. We didn't know we'd be here. We didn't know you'd be here. We didn't know where we were going a few months ago. And it's an exciting night for everyone in this room. I want to thank the Board of Education, Superintendent Crespo, Principal Ferrullo, our assistant superintendents, the faculty, the Township Council, our DPW department. A lot of work. It's hard to imagine. Try and distance everybody 6 feet apart. A lot of work went into this. Our police department. This is my 30th Weehawken High School graduation. And when Shane was talking about old white-haired men, I thought he was going to talk about me for a minute. But you never know where you're going to be. We didn't know in March that we'd shut down. We didn't know in March that everything that you normally do, you wouldn't be able to do. And we didn't know that we'd be here tonight in this great setting, having this graduation. And I think Samantha started the ball rolling. We wanted to do Weehawken Stadium, and then Samantha started a petition, and it caught on, so here we are today. The only problem, let's give her a round of applause. The only problem with being outdoors, last night was supposed to be thunderstorms, it was beautiful. And we don't know what's coming now. So it's very difficult to do outdoors, but we'll get through this. It's been a difficult year for you, but as Celeste says, and as Shane says, and as your principal said, you all got through it. You will continue to get through it. We have no idea where it's going. We have no idea what next week brings. It's a lot easier to close things down than to open them up again. Everyone's working 24/7 to try and return life as normal as possible, given the pandemic. This is an amazing class. Through it all, you're athletes, you're smart, when an average grade can be 3.4. That's amazing. It was in my high school, I can tell you that. So you've accomplished a lot, given all the adversity you have, and you should all be proud of it. And I want to give you all a round of applause for everything you've been through, everything you do, and everything you will do. And Celeste hit upon, some of the problems we have in society. But what I'm very proud of is being mayor of Weehawken. We have, in every stretch of the imagination, one of the most diverse communities existing. And we accept everyone, and we deal with everyone in as normal and human a way as possible. So to everyone in our community, let's give them all a round of applause for making Weehawken the great community it is today. And we all strive harder to do it all the time. So, I have two more things to say. You've all gotten a lot of awards. By the way, I don't know if everybody reads the bulletin. $7+ million. $7+ million in scholarships. That's phenomenal. Let's give all of them another round of applause. Great achievements. So as you all know, Jim Hague is a sports writer. He's been a sports writer for 30 years. He writes in the Hudson Reporter, and he writes for the Star Ledger. And every year they have a profile of Hudson County's top female scholar athlete. He wrote about 12 schools. Not every high school has a nominee. He wrote about 12. He called me up and said, there's a 13th. I said, who's the 13th? He said, Riley Iannacone. I said, well, why didn't you write about it? He didn't write about it because Riley is not not good at returning calls, and the athletic department didn't realize she lived right across from the high school. So Jim got in contact with Riley, wrote his story as if it would have been in the paper. We framed it for her and she can pick it up later, because we acknowledge every achievement every student makes in Weehawken. Now on a more serious note, this has been a tough year for the Board of Education, for the Town Council, for myself in particular. We lost a 28-year member, 30-year member of the school board, and 28-year member president of the school board, Richard Barsa. 28 years ago, we didn't have clustering in the schools. Part of the reason we had clustering is because we had desegregation issues. So Richie, myself, the school board, the town council at the time decided the only way to deal with desegregation is to cluster the grades in different schools. It has been a tremendous success. Not too long ago, people in the Heights would know people uptown. People uptown would know people in the Shades. Now you all grow up together, you go to school together, you play together. Second thing we had was the state was about to take over the school system. The school system was in disarray. It was financially bankrupt. We worked together to reorganize the finances of the school district. So many of you do community service, whether it's peer leadership or peer pride. And community service is something that you can never, ever forget to do. That's what helps makes not only Weehawken, but the state of New Jersey and our country, the great country it is. So Richard dedicated 30 years of his life, 28 years as superintendent, 28 years as president of the school board, and our director of finance. So, along with Richard, and along with 23 other residents who have given their lives to this pandemic, I want to give everybody, we're not going to do a moment of silence, I want to do a moment of applause for everybody that helped put this great class together. You don't find people who dedicate themselves as much as Richard. And when you lose a friend, and you will lose friends, when I graduated, we had the Vietnam War going on. You will lose friends from time to time. You will lose family members. And when you have a good friend and an associate and an ally, it hurts, but it's a tremendous achievement, and we appreciate his achievement. So on that note, I wish you all the best. You're going on to different careers. And if you're all around next summer, we're going to have a pool complex done. Come hella high water, and it's more high water, we're going to have a pool complex done. And whoever's around next summer is invited back. We're going to have a 2020 pool party for all of you, for everything you've done and everything you achieved. So if you do come back, you're all going to be invited next year. Thank you all. Thank the parents. Thank the students. Great job.
I'm a mess up here. Okay, everybody received a program. So normally what we would do in graduation, if we were in the school, is we would go through our scholarships. So I'm going to acknowledge all the scholarship winners. There's quite a few of them. So for my seniors, when I call out your name and acknowledge you, please stand. A little round of applause for them so they are acknowledged for all the hard work. Zog Sports Award, which is not in your program, goes to Nia Eberhard and Jason Devaney. Nia, Jason, congratulations. The Weehawken Board of Education Memorial Awards in memory of past Board of Education members go to Celeste Carrasco and Shane Epstein Petrullo. Thank you. Weehawken and You Civic Association Award goes to Caitlin Keelty and Ishan Lee. Congratulations. Ray and Louis A. Ferrulo Memorial Scholarship to Julia and Samantha Taddy. Valerie Alajan Hammer Memorial Scholarship, Marie Eade and Riley Iannacone. Richard Aracal Memorial Award, Michael Scardino. Marty Rohde Memorial Scholarship, Rebecca Baxmeyer, Sydney Cheplick, Jalen Echeverria, and Shane Epstein Petrullo. Thank you. This one's going to be a lot, so when you guys stand, you're going to be standing for a little while. So I'll try to get water to everybody. Especially Shane's got some extra mind over there. Ramsey College Scholarship. Paloma Almonte, Maximilian Anassa, Sophie Axtons, Aiden Cabrera, Teresa Kahina, Celeste Carrasco, Christopher Chavez, Sydney Cheplick, Rosa Congote, Jonathan Duran, Jalen Echeverria, Marie Eid, Shane Epstein Petrullo, Karen Deer Flora, Emma Friesen, Levis Garcia, Gabriela Gonzalez, Alex Hernandez, Hannah Huber, Riley Iannicone, Daniel Anaba, Caitlin Kielty, Jocelyn Lane, Ishan Lee, Bryce Lopez, Carol Miranda, Hector Murillo, Sabrina Perez, Norca Salazar, Arleni Torres, Dagnelli Sarmiento, Michael Scardino, Brian Solano, Julia Taddy, Samantha Taddy, Sophia Toriello, Ashley Tomby, Nina Tremblay, Brittany Trinidad, Noelle Vigenser, Vienne Voise, Gracie Wade, and Chloe Yang. Congratulations. The Jacobs Award, you guys can sit, thank you. The Jacobs Award, Daniel Inaba and Ishan Lee. Student Council Award, Bryce Lopez. Senior Class Recognition Award, Gracie Wade. Weehawken Education Association Scholarship, Rebecca Baxmeyer, Nia Eberhard, Shane Epstein Petrullo, Jonathan Perez, and Sophia Toriello. New Jersey Elks Association Most Valuable Student Finalist, Shane Epstein Petrullo. Weehawken Elks Lodge Peer Leadership Awards, Bryce Lopez and Michael Scardino. UBS Grant, Maximilian Anassa and Alba Olivares. Weehawken Policemen's Benevolent Association Award, Laura Vion. Women's Club of Weehawken Creative Writing, Mathematics, Citizenship, and Science Award, Rebecca Baxmeyer for Citizenship, Hannah Huber for Mathematics, Sabrina Perez for Science, and Sophia Toriello for Creative Writing. Park Avenue Pharmacy Scholarship, Karen Deer Flora, Alex Hernandez, Ariana Quiroga, and Ashley Tomby. Alex Cabrera Memorial Scholarship, Sydney Cheplick. Sharazik Memorial Scholarship, George Claros. Anthony Colacerdo Memorial Scholarship, Marie Eid. Stevens Institute of Technology Scholarship Award, Bryce Lopez and Brian Solano. And I believe that's everyone. Congratulations to all our scholarship award winners. $7 million in scholarships to this class. Congratulations again. Okay. I would like to take a moment, too, to recognize Richard Barsa, our former board president, who dedicated the last 30 years of his life to this community and the children of Weehawken. Although he is no longer here, his spirit is always in our district. Congratulations to the graduates on this memorable day. First ever graduation ceremony on the Weehawken waterfront. Congratulations to the parents. Without your guidance and love, this day would not be possible. Thank you again to my fantastic administrative team and teachers who have gone above and beyond for the students of Weehawken High School. Thank you to Ms. Amato, Mr. Orecchio, and Mr. Crespo for their leadership during this school year. Thank you to the school board and mayor and town council, whose seamless ability to work together is what makes this school district run so well. Every single person raised their game during quarantine to deliver the best possible education for our Weehawken students. I would also like to thank my family, and especially my wife, Natalie, who supports me and my time away from home so that I can do my job right I could not do this without you, and I am forever grateful. First, I would like all of my students to give a giant round of applause to the people who made this possible, their parents and family members here tonight. And always remember to thank them for all they do and sacrifice for you. Please, a round of applause for all your guests here tonight. In September, I sat down with the seniors as I do every year and told them to enjoy this year as it would go by in a snap. I also told them that very soon we would be gathered in the cafeteria in June in caps and gowns, taking pictures and hugging as the long journey has ended. I told them they would walk across this beautiful stage that we have, that so many had done before them, and they would feel chills when their name is called and their family cheers like they never have before. None of that happened. These kids never got a chance to say a final goodbye to the school that was home for 6 years. Never got to give that favorite teacher a hug, close that locker again, or walk out of those doors no longer students. They were denied that courtesy, that rite of passage, by an unseen enemy that has showed no mercy and incredible resolve. But here we are, together again one last time. Family. I am so very proud of you all today. So very proud of how you persevered. Since the day you were born, you have seen great strife. But you are resilient. You are unbroken. You are what is good in the world. Thank you for the privilege of being your principal. To my students, I leave you with one last bit of advice, should you decide to take it. These last 4 months have exposed you to things you should never have to see or live through. And as painful and awful as they have been, there was much to be learned about character, about courage, about leadership. You experienced a lot of the best and worst of these virtues. Let this time not be remembered for the awful that it was. Let it instead be remembered for how it imbued in you what is best about those traits. How you learn that life will always look to knock you down. And it's not just getting up that matters, but how you get up and who you help. Life can be very difficult and demanding. There may come a time where you don't want to get up or don't know how to. When that time comes, and it will come, please remember that we will always be here for you at Weehawken High School, ready and waiting to help. To the parents and family, it is always very hard to say goodbye. We have traveled so long with these splendid young adults. They become a part of our life. It was very painful to be away from them for so long. But our journey with them is now ending. You have waited for this moment their entire lives. Dreamed of the time they would wear a cap and gown and move that tassel upon hearing their name announced. This is your moment too. For the first time you looked into their eyes, to that hug and kiss you gave them right before they left this evening. This is your time. Our time together is now complete. The next chapter in their lives begins. Today, we return your children to you to continue the journey without us. No longer children, but adults ready to take on the world. We return them to you, to love and cherish them always. I wish you all good luck. And always remember, Weehawken High School will forever be your home should you need us again. Thank you. I would now like to call up Eric Crespo, our Superintendent of Schools. Mr. Crespo, I certify that the class of 2020 has met the requirements of the New Jersey Department of Education and have qualified for graduation. I proudly present them to you. Mr. Crespo.
Good evening, Weehawken. Before I begin, just like most of us have, there are so many people to thank, so we'll just take 1 second to do that. I have to thank our outstanding teachers whose dedication to you has made this exciting milestone in your life possible. I'm grateful for the leadership of the Board of Education, the hardworking staff, who together guide this district, always with you in their mind. And last, thank you to Mayor Richard Turner, Town Council, and all the township employees who have given us so much support to the district. I'm honored to be here tonight, and I'm proud to serve you and your community. This graduating class is impressive, no doubt, as we've heard throughout the night, the different accomplishments. I'm amazed by the amount of talent assembled in such a small class. I saw it in the school plays, I saw it in the concerts, your band competitions, athletics, academic competitions, the amount of college credits that were earned through dual enrollment and AP scores. The Weehawken High School Climate Club was even recognized by a visit by the Environmental Protection Agency. You are the first Weehawken graduating class to have students earn a seal by literacy. In this graduating class, the overall GPA has surpassed expectations. Now, before we set you off to change the world for the better, we're going to give you some advice before you leave. First, you have to be tenacious. In other words, determined. Tenacity makes you push through to the other side when life beats you down. Thomas Edison, who invented the first light bulb, just 28 miles from here, was fired from 2 jobs, failed 1,000 times before getting it right. Edison didn't look and think of those 1,000 tries as failures, but steps to success. So be tenacious, like Thomas Edison. Second, pursue your projects with enthusiasm, especially the ones you hate the most. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "Enthusiasm is one of the most powerful engines of success, and that nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm." Whether you like or hate that required class you're going to take next year, you dread a work assignment, demonstrate enthusiasm. Your enthusiasm and energy will be contagious. It will help push yourself and those around you in a positive direction. Be enthusiastic. Third, you have to dream. Everything starts with a dream. Dream big, dream small, and calibrate your goals to those dreams. It could be a small goal, like passing through a very, very difficult required college class. It could be a life goal, like becoming a teacher who makes a difference, or working in a laboratory to help find the cure for the next pandemic. It's that resolve of what kind of person you want to be, such as the one who stands up for social justice. College and the workplaces are good avenues to discover your dreams. Chase down your dream to make them your reality. You might have heard the British expression, "May you live in interesting times." We not only live in interesting times, but unprecedented ones. But this is your time. Your time to help yourself, help others, to improve the world by fighting in big and small ways for social justice. Be the person they build statues of, not the ones they tear down. The world as it stands now is challenging you to change it, and I know you will rise to the challenge. Now go out to the world with tenacity, enthusiasm, and by starting it with a dream. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, I will welcome back Mr. Ferrulo for your well-deserved graduation diplomas. Thank you.
Under normal circumstances, our board president, Mr. John Canada, would speak, but he has respectfully declined to minimize exposure for all involved. But I would like to acknowledge and thank him to our board president, Mr. Officer John Canada. And now what you have all been waiting for, our presentation of diplomas. Parents and guests, you are not allowed to approach the stage. You must remain in your designated area. We will have pictures if Ms. Montaneo can come up. There she is, Ms. Montaneo. She'll take some pictures by our beautiful W. You guys ready? All right. Ms. Montaneo, you ready? Paloma Almonte. Just like we rehearsed. Take the top one's yours. All right. Angela Altamare. Maximilian Anassa. Noel Arias. Livia Aval. Sophie Axtons. Ashley Batras. Rebecca Baxmeyer. Alex Breen. Timothy Bustos. Aiden Cabrera. Lila Cabrera. Teresa Kahina. Celeste Carrasco. Kathiuska Carrillo. Jennifer Chacho. Christopher Chavez. Sydney Cheplick. George Claros. James Cologne. Rosa Congote. Jason Devaney. Jonathan Duran. Nia Eberhard. Jalen Echeverria. Heels and stairs don't work. Marie Eade. Shane Epstein Petrullo. Karen Deere Flora. Juliette Flores Navarrete. Emma Friesen. Levis Garcia. Luna Garcia. Andres Gonzalez. Ashley Gonzalez. Gabriela Gonzalez. Mateo Gonzalez. Alex Hernandez. Nicholas Hernandez. Hannah Huber. Elias Hunt. Riley Iannacone. Daniel Anaba. Ulysses Eisern. Congratulations. Javier Jimenez. Lillian Joyner. Caitlin Kilty. Jocelyn Lane. Ishwan Lee. Bryce Lopez. Jennifer Marte Jimenez. Agnelli Marte Tavera. Mayeli Marte Tavera. Sheikh Mohammed Mabai. Sheikh Salihu Mabai. Carol Miranda.
Congratulations.
Bernardo Montero. Moses Morales. Paul Morell. Hector Murillo. DeAndre Nunez. Jason Ocasio. Alba Olivares Rivera. Karen Pachikama. Kevin Pena. Jonathan Perez. Sabrina Perez. Carla Pasantes. Ariana Quiroga. Gabriel Rosa. Norca Salazar Mena. Sebastian Santiago. Dagnelli Sarmiento. Michael Scardino. Soraya Senhouse. Brian Solano. Julia Taddy. Samantha Taddy. Sophia Torriello. You're welcome. Ashley Tomby. Arlene Torres. Nina Tremblay. Brittany Trinidad. Emil Valdez. Noel Vigenser. Jose Dimos Ramache. Laura Vion. Vienne Boise. Congratulations. Gracie Wade. Last but not least, Chloe Yang. I would also like to acknowledge the following graduates who could not be here tonight. Jonathan DeLeon, Brian Kapik, Amelia Giffoni, Sydney Moore, Jonathan Ortega, Brian Ramirez, Sophia Ruseva, Chaz White, and Miranda Martinez. Congratulations to you guys wherever you are right now. She's walking as fast as she can.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you the Weehawken High School graduating class of 2020. Congratulations. Parents, please remain in your areas as the students proceed out the way they came in. The rows will be announced and you can go to your designated areas to meet your graduates. Then you can take photos. Please remember to practice social distancing. Thank you so much for coming. I'll call out the rows one at a time. There's rows for your parents, goes H to Q in the back, so I'll call out rows H to L, and the photo area will be over there. And if you're sitting in rows M to Q, it's right over here to my right. You can choose to stay and take photos, you can choose to leave, but we ask that you please maintain social distancing. Thank you so much for coming. Once again, the class no one will forget. Weehawken High School, class of 2020. You guys can please stand, switch your tassels if you have not, recession to this way. Paul, take us out, kid.